This is North Dakota Today.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this Wednesday, March 3rd. Jordan Schreier sitting in once again. Thank you for staying here. And not escaping and running
Thanks
away.
for not running away in between the 20 minutes that you had in between your stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not a quick enough runner to actually get away. I could have quickly walked. I could have fast walked away. Maybe.
You have long legs, so you could probably speed walk pretty fast.
Absolutely not. But no, it's always fun to be here.
I wanted to talk today. We've spent most of the morning when we did have that short break talking about a guest that we had on yesterday, Mariah Prussia. And I did add some information onto our North Dakota Today Facebook page. People were asking about the women's self-defense that we were talking about yesterday. Class coming up in Hillsboro. We didn't get that linked right away, so it's up right now. Mariah, she has her hands in so many different things. You know, she is a professional fighter, but she also teaches kickboxing classes. She does
those defense courses that she also teaches for everyone so they can stay safe.
And this is something that I didn't know that she was into. Maybe I had heard she'd done some podcasts with her, Define the Fight. She does, I believe I'm saying it right, Reiki, which is, you thought maybe it was
Reiki, I'm not 100% sure though, if I'm honest. But
and if you're not familiar with it, it's a healing technique based on channeling your energy. And I have heard about it, and I have been feeling lately, not to you don't have to sit on my therapy session, but I have
what does this ink blot look like to you?
I feel like that I have had some heavy energy lately, and I've been trying to work with it. And anyway, I had reached out to Mariah on something else, and she's like, you know what, your face has been popping up in my head lately, and I think it's because you have an energy block, and I think that we should do a session together. And we did. And so if you're not familiar with it,
it is Reiki. I just looked it up, by the way. Okay. That's the pronunciation. Yep.
And so we spent an hour, and it was just, she kind of was feeling the energy all around my body, the different chakras, starting, at my head and went down through my body. And it was an hour long. I was trying to give you guys a few of the things that, some of the homework I was given, some things that she, could see just as a child being drawn to water. And then I said at the end, she's like, here is the spirit animal that came to me during this session, and mine was seagull. And at first I was like, well, I was a little bummed because I thought, well, that doesn't seem like, usually you say your spirit animal is like a tiger, or
a bobcat, a wolf.
Yeah.
And then tell them what hers was.
Well, and this is not surprising to anyone because she's such a strong woman. Hers is the bald eagle. So, but if you look into a seagull, it actually is a very adaptable, avoids drama, and there's lots of great things. So, but at first you guys all laughed. I'm like, I can put myself out there. I'm like, okay, if you guys want to laugh at my expense.
We did. One of our producers was like, I just think of the birds that eat French fries off of sidewalks, and we all laughed even further. But then no, she did read what it was and kind of more about it. So yeah, it's kind of I would almost equate it to like how the Chinese have in their New Year, like the year of a certain animal.
Yeah, like the year of the rat.
Yes, they have the year of the rat, the year of the ox. Like who wants to be a rat or an ox? But yet they have different meanings onto what and why. So. The seagull sounded like there was actually some pretty good things about it.
Yeah, so I thought it was very beneficial. I'm going to work through some different things, hopefully bring better energy to myself and everyone around me, so that it's going to benefit you as well.
Thank you.
Did you actually call Mariah say, will you please help my colleague?
Well, no, actually, you were talking about it, and then I was just like, oh, I kind of want to get that done now. I just want to see. Yeah, I just want to see what it's about. We were talking about it, and earlier we were talking, and I just said, well, I feel like it's kind of energies and whatever you believe about it, and I think it can also be centered on like moods and stuff, but you feel that about people. When they walk in, and some people might call it like charisma or something like that, and you just feel that with certain people, like, oh, they feel down today.
Yep.
Or this person kind of feels a little off from what they normally are. They don't even really have to say anything, but we all know what we're talking about.
Yep.
You walk in and someone you know really well, and you're like, something just feels off with this person today.
Yeah, I'm feeling your energy is down today a little bit. And for the most part, your energy is always, I'm feeling great, happy energy. You bring that when we talk about music, DJ, dance parties.
DJ Newsroom. I also, one of our producers, though, because we were talking about people's first days, and she was like, I'm pretty sure on my first day, Jordan yelled at me to answer the phone. And we all laughed, and we're all like, that also sounds like a very Jordan thing to do. I like to have fun, but also I'm like, let's get to work. So
well, we might have to have Mariah back on to talk even more about Reiki and not just what she found as she was trying to help me heal with my energy block,
but what maybe other people could get from it, because you said she kind of sent you home with like a list of some things,
right?
Of like, you don't have to do this all right now, you were saying, but like things that you can maybe do to kind of get through some stuff.
Release some different energy blocks as well. So I found it super fascinating. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, no, and I think for people at home, go check it out.
Go check it out.
Or even just like Google, what is Reiki? It's spelled R-E-I-K-I, in case anyone out there is wondering, but just Google it, see what it's about, see if you feel like it's something you want to do.
Exactly. Well, and I want to bring it back to Mariah, strong woman. We talked about Women's History Month, all the women that we admire and to inspire us. This is perfect timing for Barbie. Barbie is unveiling new dolls as part of its ongoing commitment to inspire young girls. In fact, I think International Women's Day is coming up in, I think, next week.
I think it is too, and the first doll that they're doing right up there on your screen, Eleanor Roosevelt is the first one that they're going after there. Longest serving First Lady, of course. She was married to longest serving president. He was in there for quite a few terms, but then she also became a UN spokesperson, so the United Nations, and a human rights activist as well. I've actually read her memoir. She did a lot. She was involved in a lot of things, and after her husband's death, I think a lot of people realized that she had a pretty prominent say in a lot of things that actually went on during that time as well. And that's why after his death, she was appointed to the United Nations. That was after she was First Lady that happened.
Behind every man is a strong woman.
Then she was definitely a leader at the time, even though a lot of people might not have thought it.
Just from her that are very inspiring. And I think she had the quote every time we say, I think this is something along the lines of, do something that scares you every day. I think that was something from Eleanor Roosevelt as well.
I know she also says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
That's a great one,
I know
too.
that's an Eleanor Roosevelt quote as well. But I know Barbie, we saw some other ones up there. They have actors and activists that are going up there, along with a British model who's also an activist. And it's all part of this new series that they have. It's a virtual series. You can actually catch it with your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever. It's Saturday mornings on Barbie's YouTube and Facebook page. And I believe it's just all about like inspiring
I think it's
children.
called You Can Be Anything.
Yes.
You can be anything. So I love that, boys or girls. We don't have to think that we're just talking to women or girls, because boys can play with Barbies too and be inspired
you can get the message of you can be anything you want to be. And I think everyone, boys and girls, should learn about powerful women as well.
Exactly.
It doesn't
I agree.
matter who you
I
are,
always
you
say
should learn
that
about
Jordan's just as pro-woman as I am, and I appreciate that. That's why I think I adore you so much.
Oh, well, I try.
Okay, well, this is Jordan's favorite story in the whole world.
It really is. The results they are in. My favorite, I have been following this since day one. I'm pretty sure the newsroom is annoyed with me because every time we get an update on it, I'm like, guys, I know that we have news right now, but name a snowplow. I know. Listen,
priorities.
Yes. Yeah, this is my big thing. So the state of Minnesota put out a thing, and you could submit names to name a snowplow. They were going to name one in all of the districts of Minnesota. So DOT has districts. Ours are District 4 and District 2. And so a lot of people submitted all of these different sort of names, and then you could vote on it. And our area's plow names, they're my favorite. For District 4, I believe it's, just going to plow right past you.
And I have to let him say it because he has the better accent.
Just going to plow right past you there. And that's going to be on the side of a snowplow. That's what they do with the names. They put it on the side of a snowplow. So there's going to be a
Plow Bunyan. Wasn't it Plow Bunyan?
Plow Bunyan is District 2, I believe. That's the more northern district. Just, I believe, East Grand Forks, you would see maybe Plow Bunyan roaming along out there. But the number one vote getter was Plowy McPlowface.
His has to be like a favorite for all children.
Yeah, I think everyone who's just trying to be funny. Plowy McPlowface, and that plow you would see if you ever go down to the Twin Cities. It's going to be plowing the roads down there. So there's a ton of different plow names that were also picked.
People really got involved and excited about this too. And I thought, I always, like in my head, when we're such a divided nation, I'm like, what needs to happen for us to all get along? Apparently it's naming a snowplow.
Welcome to the most Minnesota upper Midwestern thing you could ever do. Oh, come in and have some hot dish. We're just talking about snowplow names. Yeah,
it's the only thing that we can agree on.
Go right bow earlier there, and it was great day.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have a great show planned for you. Okay, we're talking about snowplows. Let's switch it back to spring. It is warming up. It is gorgeous outside. So we're going to talk with our fashion expert, Aji Berg, about the hot new colors for spring. She's gonna probably quiz me to see if I know my Pantone
Pantone color
colors.
of the year.
That's next.